One of the biggest effects of the events of the recently held Grammy Awards is the ongoing debate about making music in a bedroom studio with inexpensive equipment. There's so much we can take away from this debate, and there's so much we can learn about the times that we're in, and that's what's coming up. Hey, I'm Akurios, and thanks for joining me. You're welcome to another episode of Music Business Monday podcast, airing here on this channel every single Monday. This is the 12th episode of Music Business Monday podcast, and we're going to be taking a very short break from our series on music industry career options. We've been on it for a couple of weeks, but today I think there's some things that we can take away from the recently held Grammy Awards. And I think every single artist, every single up-and-coming artist, every single person who is serious about pursuing a career in the music industry should learn these lessons also. And these things I'm going to be sharing in this video. So the music industry career options is going to be back next week, hopefully, if something new doesn't come up. And we're going to continue with another career option that will be very interesting to everyone who is pursuing a career in the music industry. Once again, I'm a musician, a music producer, a voice coach, an audio engineer, and an entrepreneur. And I'm here to help musicians find the courage to pursue a music career and earn a living in the process while improving their skills and talents. So if you're interested in sharpening your music business skills, becoming a better singer, learning a couple of things about audio engineering and music production, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell so that you're notified when there's new content from this channel. Now let's head straight into the video and see what we have. All right, now I'm going to start with something that happened at the Grammys that totally took the entire music industry by storm. And that is the fact that Billie Eilish won 5 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year and Song of the Year, for an album that was recorded in a home studio. In fact, a home studio is a very decent word to describe this particular room. It's actually a bedroom studio. Okay, now I'm going to show you some pictures of the actual studio. You can see it's a bedroom, and this is where they make their music. Okay, now this is where that album was created. Talking about the production stage of the album, talking about the recordings, the vocals, the tracking of the instruments, the programming of the music and everything was done right here in this particular room. And that album carted away 5 Grammy Awards. You can see how modest this entire scenery is. And reports have it that the entire studio, the entire bedroom studio, everything in it costs under $3,000. All right, now, and 5 Grammy Awards have followed this. Now, that's an amazing thing to happen. That's something that we all need to think about a little bit. But we need to also realize that the production and the tracking, the programming of the album, of all the songs in the album, is just one aspect of the entire music production process. And that's one of the lessons we're going to take away from this video. And I'm going to be sharing 6 lessons that we can learn from the events of the recently held Grammy Awards, and they are amazing. These are things that will help your decision making in your career, so watch the video till the very end. Now, I need to point out here that winning an award, whether it's a Grammy or a local award in your part of the world, is not really the best indicator that you are on the right track or that you are doing excellently and exceptionally well in your field. But those are accolades that are quite necessary, that bring some encouragement, that are like a reward for the hard work that you've put in. And we're going to learn a couple of things about what you need to focus on while making the music that you make. Also, I'm sure you know by now that Burna Boy did not win the Grammy. Angelique Kidjo took that particular category for world music, and she deserves it. I think she's a fantastic musician. I think she's an amazing musician. I think she deserves every single bit of it. But Billie Eilish's 5 Grammy Awards have raised a lot of questions, stirred the waters, and a lot of audio engineers, music producers, studio owners, especially studio owners with massive big studios with all the expensive equipment and all the big gear and all the dream gear that you and I are dreaming about. Now, the questions are being asked and people are confused, and and some people have even taken offense and wondering if the Grammy Awards and the Recording Academy still know what they're doing. Now, it's important that you realize, first of all, that we are in a time where everything you can achieve production-wise in the biggest studios can be achieved to an extent in a bedroom studio, in a home studio, with equipment less than $3,000. And Billie Eilish and Phineas have proved that to the world. And that's the reality of the times that we're in. We're in a time that you can actually go out there and find inexpensive gear for recording, for music production, that you don't have to break the bank for, you don't have to take a loan for, you don't have to put every other aspect of your life on hold in order to purchase these things. These gear are decent, these equipment can do the job for you, and they are not expensive. This is the reality of the times. And now we are also in a time where information is out there, information is all over the place. There's the internet where you can find every single knowledge and every single information that you need to find. And it actually amazes me to know that some people have not yet realized that the information you are looking for is all over the place. It's on the internet. It's as easy as just searching. And technology is advancing every day. New things are coming out, new ways of doing things are coming out, new equipment are coming out, new software, plugins, DAWs are coming out that are making our work easier, making it easier and easier to be a bedroom studio operator, to be a home studio owner. Every single person who wants to make music for a living, who wants to produce music, who wants to mix and master music, has all the software available. Just go out there, look for what you want, find what suits your style, purchase it, and you're good to go. All right, now having said that, let's head straight into the lessons that we can learn from the recently held Grammys. Lesson number 1, talent is king. Talent is king. Talent is the most important thing. Talent is the foundation of the entire process. Talent is what takes you to the studio in the first place. Talent is what makes you start the entire process in the first place. It's not the equipment, it's not the producer, it's not the mix engineer, it's not the room, it's not the microphone, it's nothing but the talent. The fact that you have a song that you have written based on your abilities, your innate skills, and the talent that you have been blessed with, the fact that you have an idea to record a song and drop it either by playing an instrument or singing into a microphone, that's what begins the entire process. So talent is king. And if the song isn't good, if the song isn't great to listen to, if the song isn't worth recording, it's not going to win any awards. It's not going to get anybody's attention. So the first and most important thing you need to realize is that talent is king. Do not get carried away by the microphones. Don't get carried away by the audio interfaces and all the equipment in the studio. Talent is the most important thing that you need to focus on. So invest in your talent, invest in your skills more than you invest in anything else. If you spend $1 million on your equipment, on your studio, and you don't spend a dime on developing your talent as a musician or a music producer, then you're gonna fail. You're setting yourself up for quick failure, because the most important thing that has the most value, that people are going to be interested in, that is going to get you the accolades and the awards, is the talent, the song. Billie Eilish won 5 Grammy Awards not because she recorded with the best mics, not because she recorded in the best room. She won the awards because she recorded her talent and recorded the song which she created from her mind. Lesson number 2, and this one is very important, pay attention to me. Start with what you have, from where you are, by what you know. I'll say that again. Start with what you have, from where you are, by what you know. The circumstances will never be perfect. The necessary conditions will never come. Start with what you have, from where you are, by what you know now. Literally, After watching this video, just go and start. And you may be looking at me and saying, oh, look at this guy sitting behind Adam's studio monitors and Yamaha console and all that, and he's telling us to start from where we are. Now look, I started with a cheap dynamic microphone. I started with an Alesis USB 2 mix something USB mixer that could not multi-track. I started with Audacity. You can't get simpler than Audacity when it comes to DAWs. The goal is just start. When you start, things begin to happen. Lesson number 3, be open-minded about technological advancements. As technology improves, as technology advances and everything is developing, move with the times. As the tools that we use to make music become more and more powerful and become better and better, and as things become easier and easier, don't be stuck up in 1979. Don't be offended by the improvement and the simplicity of the times. Open your mind to the advancement that is happening around you and take advantage of it. Lesson number 4, make music for music's sake. Make music for music's sake, not for awards' sake, not for accolades' sake, not because you want to be popular, not because you want to be famous, but make music because you appreciate music and you want other people to appreciate music. Now, during one of Billie Eilish's interviews, she said that she never expected to win any awards because she made the music, and her brother Phineas also said the same thing. They just made the music because that's what they loved. That's the style of music they love, and that's the sound they were going for because it was what was in their minds. They were not trying to please any crowd. They were not trying to make sure that the Grammys or the Recording Academy would recognize their efforts. They just made music because they loved it and they loved that particular sound that they presented to the world. So make music for music's sake. Lesson number 5, and I mentioned this earlier in this video, the tracking, programming, and recording phase of the music production process is not the only phase of the music production process. That's just the first part. That's the beginning of it. Now, Billie Eilish's album was recorded, tracked, and programmed in a bedroom studio that looked like that. But it was mixed outside. It was mixed in a different studio by someone else. It was mastered by someone else. So it's important for you to realize that it's a team that does this. It's a team of several professionals that produce an entire work of art. And if you're going to get the attention of as many people as possible, it's easier to do this by involving a team of different people that will approach that particular process, that will approach the project and the task in different ways. Objectivity plays a big role in the music production process. Every player who comes into the task looks at the entire big picture from his own standpoint and makes his or her contribution from where they see it from. So it's not just one man's game. It's something that a lot of people are involved in. And even if you decide to do it yourself, even if you decide to go about it yourself, you need the opinions of more than one person. Lesson number 6, and this one has to do with authenticity. It has to do with originality. It has to do with identity. Knowing who you are and what you have to contribute to the general public. And this idea is what should fuel your decision in, making music and presenting your music to the entire world. The place of understanding your own contribution, your identity, and presenting it to the world in the most original form is what is most important. And this is what Angelique Kidjo has that several people don't have in this part of the world. Now, listen to me carefully. The world is more interested in seeing what you have that they don't have. They're not interested by so much in hearing you try to imitate them. They're more interested in seeing what you possess, what you can do, what is inside you, what is your identity that they cannot, produce by themselves. So that's the most important thing about creating music and putting it out there. It's creating from a place of originality, authenticity, from a place of self-awareness and a solid understanding of your identity. because you are the only one who can make music that is from the inside of you, so you might as well be authentic about it. I watched her performance at the Grammys and how she was bold and how she commandeered the entire performance, and even got a lot of people who did not look like her, did not look like us, to get into the music. And that came from a place of confidence and boldness, because she knew that she was offering something that she was probably the only person in the world who could offer it. Once again, I'm going to say that winning an award is not the most accurate indicator that you are actually being excellent with your work. Now, it's important to just start from where you are and do what you know how to do and give your very best while at it. So if this video was helpful, if you think these lessons are things that will help you in your career and will help you make better decisions in your music business and in your music career, you can go ahead and like the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell so that you're notified when there's new content from me. And if you have anything to add, if you have any question, if anything is not clear, or if you just want to reach me and have a discussion with me, I am open to that. And you can just drop the comment in the comment section below and I'll be glad to get back at you. So till next time on Music Business Monday or any other video, I'm Akurios and I'll see you next time.